Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this assembly to begin our week. I have to say, I'm so impressed by your commitment and your engagement and your enthusiasm in all of the classes I have visited over the course of the last few days. Obviously, it's clear to me you're very pleased to be back in school and back with your friends, but it's actually also clear to me as well that you are really keen to be back in your classes, and you seem to be working superbly well, and it's a great pleasure to come and see all the different things that you're doing in your various subjects. This morning we are going to hear from Mrs. Lee, who's going to, over the course of the next few weeks in our assemblies, talk about some of the hidden treasures of this vast school. Now, if you're new to the school, there'll be plenty of areas that you haven't visited, partly by virtue of the restrictions which are in place as a result of COVID-19. But even if you have been in the school for many years, there will still be plenty of areas of the school that you have yet to visit, or they have interesting stories related to them which you might know nothing about. So Mrs. Lee, who knows the school better than anybody, is going to give us a little bit of an introduction to those fascinating areas of the school. We also have our monitors who are going to introduce themselves to us this morning in much the same way as new members of staff have introduced themselves over the last little while. Our monitors perform a really, really important function within this school community in terms of leadership, but also in terms of their care, which they extend to all members of the school community as well. So that's really important. We have a chance to meet them. Normally that would happen in chapel. At the same time, I also want just to remind you of the importance of adhering to all of the COVID protocols and procedures which are in place. It's really important that as the term progresses, that we don't start getting a little bit careless, because this is an opportunistic infection and it exploits carelessness. So it's really important that those masks stay on, that we carry on in terms of making sure that we are physically distanced from one another, and we do all the things that we possibly can do to minimise risk and make sure that we all stay really healthy and happy. I want to also just talk to you a little bit about uniform and appearance. Please wear the school uniform with absolute pride. Being a member of this community is something which I'm incredibly proud of, and I know many of you are too. I'm sure all of you are. So it's really important that we do make sure that we wear our uniform with absolute pride, or we make sure that our appearance is really smart. And I'm not going to go through all the different sort of regulations and so forth at the moment, but haircuts need to be neat. Uniform needs to be worn properly. You should certainly not be walking around school wearing headphones or AirPods. That's an absolute no during the working week of the school. And if you have any questions about any aspects of uniform or appearance or so forth, then do ask your tutor or do ask your house parent. And just finally today, I was thinking a little bit over the last few days about old Rossalians and sometimes what we can learn from those who've gone before us. And I had wondered who was the oldest Rossalian who was still alive. And up until April the 2nd, the oldest Rossalian who, as far as we know, was still alive was a man called Sir William Frankland. Sir William Frankland was 108, and he lived an absolutely extraordinary life. He became a doctor, and he was an expert on allergies. And if you ever watch the evening news, you might see that sometimes the weather forecast man will refer to something called the pollen count. So you might say, well, it's going to be a really high pollen count tomorrow, so if you suffer from hay fever or asthma, it's really good to take extra precautions. Well, the man who came up with the idea of the pollen count, Sir William Frankland, started his education here at Rossall School in 1922, 98 years ago. He went on to have, as I said, this incredible, fabulous career as an internationally acclaimed doctor. And he got into all sorts of adventures and scrapes. At one point, he actually treated Saddam Hussein, the dictator of Iraq, back in the 1970s and 80s. And he also became the oldest ever person to appear on the BBC Radio 4 show, Desert Island Discs. And he gave an hour-long interview on that show at the age of 103. So he carried on working until into his 107th year, and sadly he died on April the 2nd, 2020. But it's extraordinary to consider the length of his life. He died really of old age, I suppose, in April. But of course, he was one of the few doctors who was alive who was so old that 102 years ago he could remember the Spanish influenza, which followed the First World War. So, should we be inspired by old Rossallians? Well, I think we are very, very fortunate that so many people who've passed through this school have gone on to achieve such fantastic things. And I'm pretty sure that if we go forward another 100 years to 2120, there are some of you who future generations of old Rossallians will be extremely excited to hear about, because you too will have made extraordinary contributions to the societies within which you're going to live and work when you go on to leave this place. Have a fantastic week and enjoy the rest of the assembly.
Hello, my name is Anasuba and I'm the head girl for this academic year. You might have seen Patrick, the head boy, do an interview earlier this term, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. However, I'm here to introduce myself to you guys now. So I joined Rossall last year and I'm in Rose, and I'm currently undergoing my IB studies in which I took high-level maths, physics, chemistry and English literature, and standard-level French and economics. And last year I did a variety of things, from fencing to eco-society to choir, but this year I'd like to focus on my studies and applications to university. But I still hope to be a role model and motivation to all of those around me, especially those of you in junior school, and you'll probably see me around. And I hope you guys have a good term.
Hi, my name's Harriet. I'm in Rennes. I study French, English Art and EPQ. This year I'm looking forward to pursuing my studies and interests. I'm also looking forward to exploring my options for the future. In my role as Step School Captain, I want to help as many as possible. I'm also looking forward to promoting the school within the community. In my role, I help to engage students with all aspects of student life, especially within the arts and CCF.
Hi, I'm Elise. I joined Rossall last year from Cardinal Allen. I'm taking politics, economics and psychology, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the new faces and getting to know everyone here and making everyone feel welcome and part of the Rossall family. If you need anything at all, don't be afraid to ask me any questions or anything regarding Rossall.
Hi, I'm Ed. I'm in year 13 and I'm in MC. I've been at this school for 6 years and are currently studying maths, geography and chemistry at A level. I also represent the first team in hockey.
Hi, I'm Stefan Bilby and I'm a member of Pollen Count and I've been here since year 7. I have been a member of the CCF for 6 years, where I've done multiple leadership courses which I feel will help me as a monitor.
Hi, my name's Lydia Cryer and I'm in Rosehouse. My A-level subjects are economics, maths and PE, and I am part of the Rossall School Golf Academy.
Hi, my name's Lucy Egan. I'm house captain in Rennes. I study geography, psychology and PE at A-level. I enjoy playing hockey both inside and outside school at a National League standard.
Hi, I'm Lily Warwick and I'm in Dolphin House. My A-level subjects are biology, psychology and PE, and I take part in the first team hockey and netball teams, and this will be my 10th year at Rossall School.
As 3 members of different first team sports, we would like to inspire younger players to take part in the sporting opportunities within the Rossall community.
Hi, I'm Cherry Bilby. I've been at Rossall for 7 years. I'm part of Pelican House and I play basketball for the first team. I have learnt many skills through the CCF and other activities at Rossall which will help me as a monitor.
I'm William Robinson. I've been at the school for 6 years. I study chemistry, geography and maths at A level. I'm in Maltese Cost House and I also represent the first team 11 at hockey.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice Hogarth and I'm a senior monitor and I am in Dolphin House. I'm an A-level student here in the 6th form and take maths, biology, photography and I'm doing my EPQ. I also take part in the MDV Society, Zoology Society and I am an NCO in the CCF. I'm here just to do my best to help out in any way I can. I'm always happy to listen and have a chat, so feel free to stop me and say hi if you see me around. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anna Sophia Mecke and I'm 16 from IB 13. I'm from Germany, from Hamburg, and my main goal for this year is to improve the academic life, especially by increasing the number of competitions, because what I would like to have is a school where everybody can do what they're interested in, and I think this is possible with competitions rather than just doing homework which is related to this.
Hi, I'm Katerina. I'm from Russia. I'm a senior monitor and also Dolphin music captain. I really like performing, playing the piano and singing. And I know that music is an essential part of Rossall. I really want to meet all pupils who are interested in creating beautiful pieces and performing. I wish you all a very lucky and productive year. Thank you.
Hi, Zero Rossall community. My name is Anastasia. I'm from Georgia and I'm one of the new senior monitors this year. I've already met most of you and I want to get to know each and every one of you as soon as possible. So this year I'll be focusing on diversity because diversity is what makes Rossall Rossall. Diversity is a fact that each and every student here is unique and special. As a young European ambassador of the European Union to Georgia, I would like to strengthen links between different nationality students and share their cultures. I hope that you will all help me to make Rossall a more inclusive place for everybody, because strengths lies in differences and not in similarities.
Hi, my name's Alex Fielden. I'm Deputy School Captain. I've been in the Rossall community for 7 years and I study graphics, design technology and business. I've completed my Bronze DV and I'm currently doing my Gold DV. This year I will hopefully be launching a Rossall recycling strategy. I will also be an ambassador towards the younger years to help them to grow and to flourish so that they really make the most of their time here at Rossall.
Hi, my name's Cool and I'm a senior monitor. For A-levels I study economics, DT and graphics.
Hi, my name's Skylar and I'm also a senior monitor. At A-level I study psychology, PE and English.
This year, as a senior monitor, I'm focusing on becoming a great role model for the younger years. I'm really looking forward to the year ahead.
This year I hope to fulfil my role as Dolphin House Captain by being successful in house competitions, especially house singing.
Hi, I'm Joey Warwick. I'm in MC House and I do the IB, where I take English literature, history and Latin at higher level. I enjoy playing rugby and basketball in my spare time.
Hi, I'm John Javon from Spread Eagle. It's great to see you all. My goal for this year is for us to have a strong year as a community and for us to use the circumstances of this year as an opportunity to grow closer together and form connections so that we can pass this year safely, successfully, and also joyfully. Thank you.
Hi, I'm David Jones. I'm a house captain at Pelican, co-captain for Law Club. I do BTEC Sport, A-level Business and A-level Spanish. As senior monitor this year, I want to encourage young players and students to get more into sports.
Hello, I'm Ohad, house captain of Maltese Cross, co-captain of the football team, and a senior school monitor. In my position of senior school monitor, I would like to encourage more people to pick IB and to take on the challenge of completing the IB in their last 2 years of school.
Hello and welcome back. After a busy week and a breezy weekend here at Rossall, it's time to start a new Monday. I hope that you have had a really productive first week, and I know that this week you've settled into your classes, you're ready to get on, and you're ready to make the most of what is about to come. And so, this is our first week where we get to really celebrate the achievements of pupils since the start of this academic year. In particular, I want to mention 2 pupils for the Headmasters Award, one for this week and one for last week. Last week, Annabella Anderton was nominated by Mr. Einsiedler. She had produced a fantastic German project which she completed during the last week of the summer term, and he was hugely impressed by her and nominated her. So well done, Annabelle. Savannah Walker gains the academic prize for this week. Savannah is new to the school and also new to the subject of history, in which Mr. Clark and Mr. Hall have nominated her. Nevertheless, her engagement with the subject matter has been exemplary, both over the summer and as she's come in. They are absolutely amazed by the quality of her note-taking, her level of interest, her level of dedication to the subject, and they know that she will do a fantastic job of this subject over the course of the next 2 years of her A-level. I'd also like to have a special mention of 3 pupils below, Anna, Emily and Tamuna. In different ways, all 3 of them have shown exemplary attitude to learning, either because in Anna's case, she did some fantastic preparation for coming back to business studies this academic year. Having started late last academic year, she did a huge amount of work by herself over the summer to make sure that she came back to year 11 ready and raring to go to make the most of the teaching that's going to take place. Emily Holiday, on the other hand, worked really hard over the summer to create an amazing revision portfolio for her psychology topics. She's extremely dedicated to her studies and always gives 100%. And finally, Tamuna is new to the school and has been linking in from Georgia all week, producing some fantastic written responses, particularly relating to economic activity in Georgia. She's engaged fantastically well in lessons, and given she's doing it remotely, we are exceptionally proud of her and can't wait for her to join us in person. The final thing I want to talk to you about today is the idea of Rossall etiquette. One of the things that's fascinated me ever since I've joined the school is what a wonderful community I became a part of, how kind and considerate everybody is to each other, the beautiful smiles I see around the school, and that those are extended to people whether they know them or not. This is what makes Rossall such a wonderful community. So really, Rossall etiquette is a way of me highlighting some of the things that you should all be proud of and all embody whilst being members of this wonderful school. The first of this is the idea of looking out for each other. When we look out for each other, we wait patiently at doorways, we say hello, we smile, we ensure that in this time of social distancing, we keep a respectful distance from other people, that in classes we wear our masks, that we ensure that we are thinking about other people at each and every single point during the day and how they might feel about the way that we act, behave, and what we say. Within that, we also have the idea of the use of mobile phones. Now, your heads of year, tutors and house parents will have talked about the fact that we don't really like to see mobile phones out at all during the school day. That's part of our etiquette because it means that we can look around at the world around us, that we're much more socially involved in what's happening around the school, and also it means that you are unlikely to bump into somebody else as you're walking across the field or waiting for a class. So please make sure that your phones are away at all times during the school day. Linking to looking out for each other, it's also the idea that we're kind and considerate, that actually I know that every single pupil in the school would be keen to make sure that nobody feels left out, that everybody feels involved in lessons, that nobody ever feels like what they say or what they do is something that they should be embarrassed about, and that actually we are all there looking out for how somebody else might feel. It's really important to look after our environment as well, and Rossall, you would agree with me, is a beautiful place to learn and for a lot of you to live as well. The only way it stays this nice is because we all look after it. In our inspection 2 years ago, the inspectors who came round were absolutely amazed at how beautiful the site was and how well it was looked after by our pupils, and we want to make sure that that continues to be the case. So make sure that you take all your rubbish with you, that you put it in a bin, that if you see anything anywhere that is on the floor, do put it in the bin. Make sure that actually all classrooms, all public spaces look as beautiful as they possibly can. Finally, Rossall etiquette is also about taking pride in ourselves and in our school. And it's about the fact that when you wear the Rossall uniform, you are representing Rossall inside and outside of school. That means you wear it with pride. It means that you always look smart and tidy. It means that your hair is of the appropriate length, colour, and if you're a girl, that it's tied up to year 11 so that you don't end up accidentally getting it trapped in something. It's also the case that when you are wearing your uniform, it's about the length of your skirt, making sure that it's a length that is appropriate, making sure that you're wearing the right footwear, making sure that you've got your track and trace on. And it's wonderful to see our day pupils coming in each morning waving their track and trace as they go past, because they know how important it is that we all look after each other. Finally, in terms of looking after ourselves, it's also about how we present not only the bits of our uniform that are given by the school, but also how the rest of us look. So that means things like makeup, nails, jewellery are all in line with what we've agreed with is the Rossall etiquette. And that means nothing stands out or draws attention away from the learning that you're meant to be doing in the classroom. If you would like more guidance on what's allowed and what isn't, please do speak to your form tutors who will be able to talk through it with you. I hope you have a wonderful week.
One of the most impressive things about Rossall is the archway in the square. I'm sure that when people walk under the two iconic towers, they are truly amazed. By now, I'm sure you've passed under that archway many times, but how many of you have looked carefully at the world around you? I would like to take you back to the year 1875. The newly arrived headmaster, Dr. James, lived in the Rossall Hall, which stood in front of the current dining hall opposite the gazebo. He wanted to introduce the house system where boys would live together, form friendships, learn to become independent, and more importantly, have a sense of belonging and identity. Dr. James started the first house in a building called Schoolhouse attached to the hall. Here the boys would eat, sleep and have their morning lessons. This was to become Rose House, and for the next 9 years Dr. James would look after these boys who were either sons of clergymen or from families who could afford to pay the fees. As more and more boys arrived, there was a need to better utilise and convert existing buildings and build new ones for boarding. A grand building programme was to see the completion of what we know as the square. Let's see how the square first started out. As I mentioned, Rose House was located next to the headmaster's house, which would be in the corner where we now find Matron. Fleur-de-lis occupied the rooms used by Wren. In the corner where Rose is currently located, we would find Mitre. Crescent's house would sit snugly between Mitre and the impressive building of Big School. Beyond, on the seaward side of the square, Anchor would dominate the corner, with Maltese Cross and Pelican occupying the south side, while Spread Eagle dominated the corner, which is now MF. Remember, all these houses were occupied by boys. For over 100 years, the boarding houses remained in their traditional locations. But as the school grew, the boarding community had to evolve. School numbers increased, day pupils joined the boarding houses, and girls joined the school to become boarders. It was to the boys' shock and surprise that the first boys' boarding house was to be taken over by girls. Most of the boarding houses have been relocated round the square, and it's interesting that only Mitre Cross and Pelican still occupy their original position. I wonder what the square would look like and who would be living where in 10 or 20 years' time.
Good afternoon, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Catherine Stecker and I am Head of Lower School here at Rossall School. This afternoon, I wanted to share with you 3 magical words. And I'm not talking about those 3 magical words that are associated with Valentine's Day. I'm talking about the 3 words. Are you okay? This first came to my attention when I worked in the city. So before I went into teaching, I analysed data for an advertising company, and I used to answer the phone sometimes. And I would hear, "Hi Catherine, it's John, how are you? Great," and carry on the conversation. And I thought, hold on a minute, he just asked me, "How are you?" and didn't wait for a response. He didn't care what the response was. He didn't care how it was. The words "how are you" were just a greeting, just a pleasantry, just the same as saying good morning, hello. But actually, the words "how are you" could change somebody's life. You may or may not be aware that Thursday, the 10th of September, was Are You OK Day. Are You OK Day was set up in 2009 to raise awareness and to encourage people to stop and listen. If you ask somebody, "Are you okay?" take the time to listen. And the message this year was there's more to say than "Are you okay?" If you ask somebody, "Are you okay?" and the answer is no, what do? Where do you go from there? Well, I'm going to show you a little clip that might give you some ideas.
Are You OK Day is Thursday, September 10. And this year the message is, there's more to say after "Are you okay?" What do you do if you ask someone, "Are you okay?" and they say no? Any ideas? Anything? Hello? There's more to say after "Are you okay?" Take time to listen. Encourage them to take action or find support. And remember to check in regularly to see how they're doing. Use the resources from ruok.org.au to learn how to keep the conversation going and share the message in your community, because a conversation could change a life.
Here at Rossall School, there are lots of avenues to seek support. You could speak to any of the school teachers, your head of year, your form tutor, your head of section, the medical team. At the back of the diary this year, we've added an important page. It's a page of resources and support. So your challenge this week is to stop. If you're asking somebody, are you okay? Take the time to listen. Don't be the person that's too busy to care.
Hi, I'm Mrs McGowan and I am your Director of Health and Wellbeing. I wanted to join Rossall because I'm really passionate about mental health and wanted to promote that across the whole school. Your health and wellbeing is my #1 priority and I'm really looking forward to getting to meet you all. Something about me, I love to try new and exciting things and set myself challenges. Next year I would love to do a skydive, so if you see me, please give me some encouragement and ask if I've got that booked. I also love sharks and my dream is to go cage diving with great whites. I wish you all the very best in the start of your new school year, and again I can't wait to meet you all. Bye!
Good morning everyone. This is First Raw, sports reports without any results, but also done by video. I hope everyone has kept fit and healthy through the summer months, and we are looking forward to some fixtures soon. Participation in extracurricular activities has been very impressive, with a record number of pupils participating in different sports throughout the week. With mass participation comes some struggles for facilities. In light of this, we will review training nights and times today. All pupils will be made aware of training changes via email. We are also excited to host Saturday Sport for day pupils this coming weekend, so please keep your eyes peeled for the sign-up sheet. COVID-19 has been a tough time for sport, so please be patient and we will hopefully be back playing fixtures sooner rather than later. Have a great day.